OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Well, time to look at tonight's Jack Fact.
UCLA's 21 men's volleyball championships trail only USC track and field 26 and Iowa wrestling for the most NC2A Division I championships. Wow, that's saying something about the Bruins. That they also won the women's championship under Coach Mike Seeley this last December in San Antonio. So they added number, I believe it's number 108 to their list.
I actually mentioned in the Open that they had 19 national championships, 19 and 21, both kind of right, 19 NCAA championships. The other two prior, and again, Coach Seeley led his team, the women of UCLA, to a national championship about a month or so ago.
Like I said, he's here on R, a little bit of R&R as we take a look at the antes. Likes to play, likes to surf. Wants to get a little bit of golf, and what better place to get his golfing and surfing in than Hawaii.
Triple Crown of surfing just finished. Sony Open in Hawaii wrapping up tomorrow. I tell you, Hawaii in this time of year, between golf on Maui and Oahu and all the different basketball tournaments, and of course this tournament, it is truly the mecca for sports.
And look at those hitting percentages. 478 for Hawaii, 440 for UCLA. If you hit in this league, in the MPSF, if you hit 320, it's huge.
Hutt with the night serve right in front of us. Dumping it down. Good job by Biscaro to get that one back up. And again, we keep seeing that number 23, like Michael Jordan, who wore 23.
Crowd started yelling here, the UCLA crowd. They thought that Sam Biscaro actually picked it up and lifted it. That first touch on defense is very liberal.
Marks off the block, overpass, and Marks puts it right back down for the kill.
You know, the other number to look at as far as statistics go is the side out percentage. That's how you do when you receive serve. How often do you get a point off receiving the serve? Hawaii sided out at 80%, UCLA at 90% in the first set. If you hit 72, you're going to win most matches in this league.
So based on Hawaii's numbers on hitting and side out percentage, they should have won that first set. Unfortunately, they're playing UCLA tonight.
The number 3 team in the country.
and their numbers were just a little bit better. 2-1 Bruins. Back to serve for UCLA will be Thomas Anberg. And Anberg with that diving serve, but just wide. Service error.
If the Bruins have one Achilles heel, as I look back at their statistics over the first 5 or 6 matches, it's from behind the service line. They have a tendency to sometimes get too many serves out and into the net.
Hawaii 8 service errors so far to UCLA's 5. Kuroga again. And off of the block of Lofi and out point Bruins.
Kuroga with 7 kills now in 8 tries. Pretty amazing numbers.
See Coach Charlie Wade talking with Nick West back there in the tunnel, coaching him up and getting him ready. Marks, a little bit of trouble with the pass there, and they're going to go back to him out of the back row. And then what a nice little touch. And they're going to call an overreach by Hawaii. It wouldn't have mattered, though, because what a great move by Caldwell, who just kind of dumped that over the shoulder.
Yeah, he did. Well, he actually reached over the net, though, to keep that ball from, from going over, and he ended up reaching all the way over the net, and he got called for the violation.
So point Hawaii even at 3, and once again it is Marks back to serve for the Warriors. Good booming serve by Marks. And the powerful swing of Jeremy Casebeer.
What a great pass by Casebeer. That serve was very difficult to handle, and he popped it up like it was nothing.
Quiroga back to serve. Casebeer, if we get another good shot of him, and we'll get a shot during the match here when we can, but he's got a mustache, if you notice, that half of it is white and the other half is not. There it is. Now you wonder, is that just a natural pigmentation thing? Or does he just have some fun with peroxide? Who knows? Lofi again getting the opportunity and making the best of it. And Lofi with 4 kills tonight.
But Lofi just having a field day right now. And I noticed that Pescara was moving him around. He's not having him hit balls right next to the setter. He's moving him out in different areas where Lofi can hit what they call east-west sets as opposed to north-south sets.
And Nick West with the roof. Weston Dunlap, who led the nation in hitting percentage last year. It's roofed.
When you block the #1 kill percentage guy in the country, yeah, you can celebrate like that, Nick.
Hawai'i up. 5-4. And the big swing. Oh, what a great dig by Pescara. Lofi forced to just knock it back over. And then Caldwell jamming it through, and then the payoff.
Pescara makes one dig that was almost impossible. The next one was a very easy dig that he did not handle, and he paid for it. Can't give these Bruins overpasses, I'll tell you that.
K-Spear with the kill, even at 5. Misplayed by Marks. What a job by Hunt. But unfortunately, Costello not able to get there. Hunt actually went up on the scorers table to attempt to save that. 6'5" UCLA. Serving is Dunlap. Setting it on the opposite side. And a nice swing by Johan Timmer.
Nick West and Stephen Hunt were at the absolute decoys. Look at the UCLA block. Nobody up on Timmer because they thought the ball was going to either West or to Stephen Hunt. Great set by Pescara to identify that.
And it shows you the importance and how much Johan Timmer is needed. Caldwell made that left-handed quick attempt at it. And then they ended up kind of jamming it back down. That was K-Spear and the two-tone mustached guy.
Maybe he grew that during November. They had that November mustache month for to bring awareness to men's health issues.
Yeah.
He may have grown it then, and then they kind of just painted it up. We should ask him about that after the game.
Oh, we could try to distract him now. UCLA +1, 7-6. Marks with the pass. They go over the middle to West. Overpass, and Pescara with the fist puts it down for Hawaii.
Once again, Hawaii's passing well enough where they can set their middle attackers. When they can set their middle attackers, it opens everything up for the pin hitters. Hunt and Marks especially, and a little bit of Timmer.
So even at 7. This set progressing very much the way the first one did. And service error by Hunt. Side out Bruins, 8-7. Back to serve is Jeremy K-Spear. Marks, and he is roofed. The duo of Anberg and Vogel.
Surprised Pescara didn't go back to Timmer on a back row attack there. You have the small blocker Quiroga out on the left side.
Straight in the middle, they go to Nick West. And West tries to squeeze it down in front of the block and manages to do just that for the point. Hawaii down 1. It'll be 8, serving 9. And Nick West with a deep breath. High toss. And the service error.
9 service errors now by the Warriors. It's West's second service error.
Anberg with the serve and just out. Point Hawaii. The Warriors trailing by 1 as you see Al Skates. How much volleyball has he seen in his life? Boy, it's just unbelievable. You look at the numbers and it's kind of staggering.
He was a great player as well. Played for the USA national team for a while.
And Lofi comes up with a big block at the net, and that's an important play. Lofi doing it offensively and on D. Talk about Al Skates. He's seen a lot of volleyball in this house too. This is the 11th appearance in the Outrigger Invitational. 11 out of the 18 years the Bruins have been here, and they've won 6 of these tournament championships. Big swing and a bigger block by J.P. Marks.
Surprise, surprise. The Warriors are leading the bigger Bruins in blocks tonight. J.P. Marks, great block solo there. Hawaii with 5-3 on blocks.
Pescara with the serve. Gonna go cross court, not a good set that time for Quiroga. Opportunity for Hawaii, and Johan Timmer manages to squeeze it past Weston Dunlop. And Hawaii now on a 4-point run, and they have their biggest lead of this first set. Timeout, Al Skates, Hawaii up by 2. Back at the Stan Sheriff Center, and time to check out how it works. Presented by Central Pacific Bank.
Let's take a look at the UCLA block here as they think that Johan Timmer, who had a negative hitting night last night, they leave him alone completely right there on the right side. No blockers at all for Timmer. Great identification by Sam Pescara on that as well. That's how it works, where the other team is loading up on your middle attacker and Stephen Hunt.
And Pescara back to serve from Hawaii. And Lofi did come over really hard, and he didn't put it back over very hard, but nonetheless a point, and Hawaii now on a 5-0 run. They lead by 3, 13-10.
Very important for Pescara to get that ball in after the timeout. UCLA tried to ice him by calling that timeout, and Pescara responded with a very good serve, forced Mottram into a 2-point pass. There's a 3-point pass right there.
And that one hit out, and Hawaii now on a 6-point run. And you see some of the UCL players. Nick Vogel just said, okay, be cool. Al Skates, he's cool. He's seen everything.
Been there, done that.
Another good serve by Pescara. This time they go right down the middle. And that time, Weston Dunlop, the first team preseason All-American, ends the 6-0 run. Still Hawaii up by 3.
And Dunlop might miss one wide like that, but I guarantee you he won't miss a second one wide in a row. He's just too steady, too consistent.
And Vogel on the serve. Costello sends it way up high in the sky. And Timmer taps it over. The left-hand swing there by Caldwell. Unable to put it down. And then Marks off the block. Dug up nicely. What a save over there by Mottram. And then Mottram gets it over the net. Back to Marks. And flying in, out of the back row, putting it just inside the corner is K-Spear. Oh, what a nice job by Mottram. He's the only player that was not a returning starter, as we mentioned, coming here out of UC Santa Barbara. What a find he was for Coach Al Skates and the Bruins.
He really was, and he transferred because he had an academic major that didn't have at Santa Barbara. Coach Rofer did not know which one it was, but he just knew that that's why he got the release to come over and go to UCLA, because he wanted a different major that wasn't offered at UCSB.
Well, sometimes a gift just falls right into your bench or lap.
UCLA had a guy named Hastings who was at Libero before, and he was really good.
And that time, the serve by Vogel is out. So we'll take the timeout. Hawaii up by 3 in set number 2.
Find the perfect gift for any occasion at Big Island Candies. Click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
I was about to say, not only is Mike Seeley in the house, but Dave Shoji. And if the camera moved a little bit to the left, sitting right in between them is Annie Miller of the Honolulu Star Advertiser. Figures there's got to be a story between these two guys, right?
Yeah, she knows where to find a story, that's for sure.
Of course, Coach Seeley handing Dave Shoji and the Wahine their very first loss of the season. I think when at the time they were 4-1. And then Hawaii's next loss was their last loss. Biscaro to Hunt, and Hunt manages to put it down.
Well, Stephen Hunt facing a huge block there, 6'9" Caldwell and the 6'8" Wes Dunlap, and he found a way to maneuver his attack to go just between them and or over them. Stephen hitting much smarter tonight. Last night he was really frustrated that his timing was off with Biscaro, and tonight timing much better.
Marks back to serve. Hawaii with a 4-point advantage. They drop the first set, and that serve goes long.
Marks in a little bit of trouble. It's his third service error. Hawaii's got 11 as a team.
Quiroga with a really good serve, and JP Marks unable to handle it. Service ace. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first service ace of this match.
Again, Quiroga is the kind of a player you cannot let him get on a run. If I were Charlie Way to call an early timeout, Quiroga gets another one here.
Another good serve. Good pass by Costello, and then Johan Timmer.
Yeah, Costello passed up a very difficult ball there, right on the money. Biscaro could have set any one of 4 players. Timmer more than making up for his woes last night when he had negative. He's got 5 kills now in 8 tries, hitting 500 tonight.
And Brooks Adore back into serve in place of Lofi. Taps the ball on his forehead and goes. There it is. On the far side, K-Spear once again finding the open spot on the floor. K-Spear now with 8 kills.
K-Spear, even though he's only 6'1", he's a very cagey, crafty outside attacker. He's got 9 kills already. Averages about 3 a set.
Over the middle, and Nick West had himself a great set. Hammered that one down, and Hawaii back up by 3.
Well, the middle attackers have got to be happy tonight. Passes are going up to the net. Biscaro's able to set them more often. And the outsides are happy as well. They're seeing more split blocks.
Johan Timmer. And he serves it into the tape service area. One thing I think we can safely say is there's not much of a hangover on the part of the Warriors. Having played 5 sets last night, they've come out energized, and they have played well.
I'm really surprised. I really thought the first set might be a little flat for Hawaii, given how late they stayed up last night. Played here till 10 o'clock last night.
Hunt off the block. And then Biscaro couldn't save it. Point to UCLA, and the Bruins are back within 1. Hawaii has been up by as many as 3 in this match on a couple of different occasions.
Again, Hunt facing a 6'9" and 6'7" block.
And Caldwell trickles it off the tape, but a job by Biscaro to save it. Hunt with the easy touch, and a nice did by Caldwell. And then out of the back row, once again, Gonzalo Quiroga through the triple block. And for the 9th time in this set, we are even. A timeout on the court, 18 all. Back at the stand, Sheriff Center with our mid-pack petroleum leaderboard. We talked about Weston Dunlap and what he did last year.
446, just a giant number. This year, I believe this year he's hitting like 670 or something like that. He just puts up big numbers. He's an incredibly talented individual. And but tonight, ironically, the 2 middles for UCLA not getting the job done. They're hitting 125 and 667 and negative for Vogel.
And what a roof, Nick Vogel. As soon as you say his name, he goes up and he really puts the roof on Stephen Hunt. That's now a 4-point run. Hawaii led this match 14-10. And the Bruins have turned the tide, and they now lead at 19-18.
Biscaro's got to get the ball off the net for Hunt a little more, or set the middle like that. Go ahead and set West. But from the UCLA side of the court, ironically, all the giant players are not hitting for the biggest numbers. The kill leaders for UCLA right now are the smallest guys. 6'1" Case Beer. Case Beer's got 9 kills, and Quiroga, who's 6'3", he's got 8 kills.
Good serve again by Hunt. And again, out of that back row, and this time, Quiroga finds the puka. And it's going to be overruled. The up official says, it was long. Charlie Way was immediately off the bench. And that's going to be overruled. It's going to be a point for Hawaii. Point Warriors.
You know, the up official always has the right to see the ball see the call as he sees it, and see the ball as it lands, and sometimes they see it better from that perch up there than the linesman does who's right next to it.
5 lead changes as Hawaii takes the lead, and they add to it on the ace serve by Stephen Hunt.
UCLA with 1 timeout left. I'm sure Skates will use it either now or the next point. He's going to call it now, right now.
He's going to call it. 50 years of experience. You can pretty much know that he's not going to make a coaching blunder.
Yeah, he's not going to let too much space develop here between Hawaii and UCLA.
That would be a huge, just as it was huge last night, Hawaii coming back in that 3rd and 4th set. This would be huge going into the intermission, even at 1-all.
You know, I asked Brian Roper, the assistant coach for UCLA. Brian's been there 22 years. I asked him, how much are you holding back? Because this match really doesn't matter that much except for a tournament title. What really matters is when you come back here in a month, you've got to play the Warriors. And Brian said, you know, we may have left a couple players back that we might bring next time that could be helpful, like 7-foot Robert Page, who's a pretty good player. And there's other players who could make a difference. They're pretty deep there at UCLA. And so, but as far as the offense goes, not much difference because this is Caldwell's first time around in setting this offense.
They actually left 5 players at home. Hey, what do you say we go inside the numbers presented by the folks at HMSA?
12 combined outrigger invitational titles between UCLA and Hawaii. That's 2/3 of the titles by these 2 teams. Of course, these 2 get invited every year, so they have more chances.
And up until this year, Penn State has been here every year. If you're wondering, yes, UCLA 6 times, Hawaii 6 times. BYU won it twice. Penn State won it twice.
And let me guess, Shanghai.
Shanghai, China. You got it.
Now, this is such a great tournament. The Outriggers supports this event, men's volleyball in general. To be able to bring teams like this is like bringing, some years they've brought the exact Final Four. And they've sat here and go, whoa, these 4 teams could be at the site of the Final Four 4 months from now. And it's just a great event. I think that Springfield will be in the Final Four for the Division III this year.
Right. And by the way, in the earlier match today, Lewis defeated Springfield in straight sets. The last one going 27-25, and as a result, the pride of Springfield came to Hawaii and got swept 3 times. They unfortunately didn't win a single set. Out of the timeout, big swing by Thomas Amberg. And the Bruins back within a point.
What a beautiful set by Caldwell, too. He just fired that 31 set to Amberg. He just buried it.
Big side out for Hawaii right here if they can get it. Setting it up, the back set. Johan Timmer, and Timmer is roofed. Well, we've seen Gonzalo Quiroga come flying out of the back row this time. He steps up at the net.
I think strategically, Hawaii set the right person. Get the matchup where you got a guy that's 6'5" going up against a 6'1", but Quiroga plays like he's 6'5".
2 straight for UCLA out of the timeout. And J.P. Marks says enough of that.
You know why Marks is by himself? Because Biscaro has set the middle so well tonight for almost 2 sets that UCLA is really respecting Hawaii's middle, and they're jumping with it. They're committing on the middle, which leaves the outside hitter all alone with a one-on-one situation.
And Hawaii bringing Scott Hartley into serve. He's a sophomore. We have not seen much of him, but an important serve, and almost got Case Beer out of sync. And Amberg puts it down, and we are tied again at 22 all.
Amber's used to playing in tight situations. Played the World University Games this past summer. Played the junior national team in '09. So he knows what it's like to play in tough matches. Honorable mention, MPSF last year. 4-year starter, all academic.
And into the game for UCLA for the first time tonight, Scott Vegas, a 6'6" junior out of Pacific Palisades, California, just right up the street off Sunset Boulevard. You can take Sunset right from home to the Westwood campus. Marks wasn't able to really get much on that one, so an opportunity for the Bruins. Quiroga, he too didn't get a good swing. They're going to set up Marks against the double block off the net and down on Hawaii.
Quiroga forgot to go out and put up the third block. He decided to stay home in that left front spot. And he's now kicking himself and raises his hand saying, my fault, guys. I should have gone over and blocked. So we had a 3-man block against Marks.
A couple of wet spots on the floor, so the youngsters out there wiping things down. And Biscaro serving with an opportunity to put Hawaii up 2. 23 serving 22. And again, UCLA won the first set. 25-22. Hawaii would love to return the favor.
Hawaii led by as many as 4 in this set. So they've been pretty much in command or in the lead or tied for the lead most of this game.
We have an issue. Last night we had about a 15-minute delay when there was a discrepancy, a score that was put up on the board, and they had to go back through the computer play by play, and you can see once again a little bit of an issue. And Al Skates, well, he's not really worried about it.
You know, we talked last night with the sports information director, Derek Inuuchi, about that delay, and we suggested that, hey, how about having a hand score sheet as a backup so you don't delay everything. And they considered it, but he said that's a league rule. They must use this computer program to keep score.
And what's even more crazy is I said, well, what if the computer goes down? And he says, you know what? The match is canceled. I said, you're kidding. He said, no. I thought he was joking. Because, let's face it, power outages happen.
Do happen, yeah. That's why I like the manual scoring as a backup.
Well, the fans are chanting, let's go Bows. You can hear that. Maybe what they should say is, let's go officials. Well, the Warriors, Charlie Wade and Jeff Hall are probably sitting there thinking, oh no.
2 nights in a row?
Again.
Yeah.
Last night, a delay of nearly 15 minutes.
I think the tutor is on the right and the trainee is on the computer. Is that what we heard last night?
Well,
as well?
That's right. The gentleman who's actually with the company that has and operates this scoring system was here, but apparently he's leaving after this tournament. So, you know, the sports information director, Derek Inuuchi, who you saw there in the background, but really it's kind of the staffers and people who he counts on because he has a million other chores. And he said, hey, you know what? You just got to let them do their job because nobody's going to be here to throw them a life preserver after tonight. But the bottom line is, got to get that computer system up and running. Got to get everybody on the same page. And I'm only wondering what's going through the mind of, there he is, Derek Inuuchi, the sports information director who directly oversees volleyball. And almost looks like they're pulling out that, you know, we were talking, can they just manually do it? But he says, well, we can, but we can't use it officially. It looks like they're ready to go manual here. I mean, it's not a true MPSF match.
Correct.
It's an MPSF.
So they could go manual in a non-MPSF match.
So maybe that's what he's saying. The heck with it. I'm going to go with the old pencil and paper. Meanwhile, back to the matter at hand. Hawaii, 23-22. Biscaro on serve. Good job of getting that one in after the long delay. And off the block. Once again, it's Dunlap.
You knew if they're going to get a good pass, it's going to go to Dunlap. And even when he's got 2 blockers up on him, Hawaii knows it's going there. He's still tough to stop. You know, he's a surefire All-American this year.
So even once again at 23. Big side out opportunity for Hawaii. Estella, good pass, setting it up. Timmer off the block. Marks keeps it alive. Back to Timmer. Saved in the back row. And it's Biscaro who keeps it alive. And Hawaii's just going to have to knock it over. So an opportunity for the Bruins. And once again, Gonzalo Quiroga. That guy is a man.
Very quick, very athletic, very dynamic. I remember when he first came to UCLA a couple of years ago, his obviously Spanish was his first language, and he was struggling at first in communication issues sometimes. Now he clearly is communicating quite well with his center, that's for sure.
Well, he doesn't need words. His actions speaking loud and clear. Say you need tickets to any upcoming University of Hawaii contest, visit hawaiiathletics.com. Call 944-BOWS or visit the Stan Sheriff box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for the next exciting University of Hawaii sporting event. The set, in a way, Chris, is kind of a microcosm of last night. Hawaii showed guts, played well, but couldn't finish it. Well, right now in this second set, Hawaii, in many ways, has outplayed UCLA, excuse me, but they got to finish it.
Yeah, Hawaii's played much better in these 2 sets, in my opinion, than they did all of last night. You know, their attack percentage hitting 380 on the night. UCLA's hitting 309. In this set, they're siding out at 60%, but UCLA's only siding out at 62. So, and the blocks are dead even. The one place where Hawaii is falling behind is in digs. The Bruins have dug 18 balls. Hawaii's only dug 10.
UCLA has 5 seniors on the court. Hawaii has 1.
Heavily weighted in the favor of the Bruins as far as experience goes, that's for sure.
And now an opportunity for the Bruins to serve for the match and go into the locker room at intermission up 2 sets to none.
You see the aces, errors, and the differential between aces and errors. And Hawaii's got a -11 differential between aces and errors, and that's part of the story tonight.
And Nick Vogel, the 6'9" opposite, to serve. The back set, Timmer, and Timmer puts it out, long point UCLA, and that is the set. UCLA takes it 2 sets to none in kind of an unceremonious end. It was a good-looking swing, but just down. And Charlie Wade with a couple of words to the official. Al Skates, 50 years at the helm of UCLA, his team, the Bruins, going into the locker room at intermission of 2 sets to none. Stick around, everybody. We'll have more from the Stan Sheriff Center.